Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a supernatural horror film, Jezebel. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins with a young man named Mark, and we can see him helping his pregnant girlfriend named Jessie to vacate her place. Jessie hesitates at first to move in together with him, but Mark manages to convince her, and they both get into his pickup truck. While on the way, suddenly another truck hits their vehicle. Unfortunately, Mark dies in the accident. In the next scene, Jessie wakes up in a hospital surrounded by many doctors. She asks about her baby, and sadly, one of the doctors informs her that she had a miscarriage. Later that day, Jessie calls her father Leon to pick her up, and we get to know that he abandoned Jessie after her mother's death. Leon arrives at the hospital and helps his daughter with a wheelchair. He takes her to his house and shows her a secret room. He tells Jessie that this used to be her mom's bedroom and tells her to use this room for the time being. The next day, she goes through her childhood stuff, and suddenly, she falls from her wheelchair. She notices something under the bed, and finds it to be a box. Jessie opens the box, and finds 4 videotapes left by her mom, saying it's to be opened on Jessie's 18th birthday. Jessie plays the tape on her TV, and sees her mom's wishes for her 18th birthday. We get to know that her mom's name was Kate. Suddenly, her dad walks in, and takes the tape out. He seems to be pissed off, and breaks the tape. He lifts Jessie slowly, and puts her on a couch. Before leaving, Leon warns her not to snoop around the house anymore. He takes Jessie's wheelchair, and drops it into the nearby lake. In the next scene, we can see Jessie strapped to a chair, and her mother can be seen standing beside her. Someone pushes her around the room, and she sees a ritual that is being conducted on her. She sees a man putting some white powder on the ground. Suddenly, someone puts a mask on her, and some dark liquid fills it up, suffocating her. Suddenly, she wakes up and realizes that it's all a nightmare. Jessie looks past the screen, and gets scared after noticing a mysterious figure moving towards her in a wheelchair. The mysterious figure gets closer, and tries to touch her. Jessie gets scared, and turns to the other side. The next morning, Jessie finds her mother's old wheelchair beside her bed when she wakes up. During breakfast, her father apologizes for his rudeness the previous day. Before leaving the house, her father asks if she had found any more tapes, but Jessie assures him that she found only 1 tape. Jessie makes sure that her father is gone, and plays the second tape. In the tape, her mom appears on the screen, and talks about her dreams. Her mother mentions something about an inner demon, and says that she learned to read cards from her friend named Moses at the church. Right before the video ends, her mother gets upset and goes away. In the next scene, Jessie wakes up from a nap, after hearing some noise from upstairs. Suddenly, a physician approaches Jessie from the door, and apologizes to Jessie for getting inside the house. The physician introduces herself as Rosaura, and starts Jessie's therapy session in her bathtub. In the bathtub, Jessie closes her eyes, and Rosaura leaves the room. Suddenly, the lights go out, and the tub starts filling with a black liquid. A mysterious person can be seen sitting on the other side of the tub. It tries to touch Jessie, but decides to retreat. As Jessie opens her eyes, the mysterious figure screams, and scares the shit out of her. Jessie tries to get out, and open the door, but falls in the process, and the demon-like figure follows her too. Jessie screams as it grabs her, and starts spitting the black liquid on Jessie's face. Leon and Rosaura rush into the room, and find Jessie sitting in one corner of the room, with everything turned back to normal. He asks Rosaura to take Jessie to the bedroom. Leon gets pissed, and yells at Rosaura for leaving Jessie alone. He gets so angry that he asks the physician to leave the house immediately. Then Leon finds the remaining tapes, and tells Jessie that it's not her mother, but she recorded these only because of the tumor she had. Afterward, Leon takes the tapes outside, and puts them in a fire bin. Then he enters a shed, and gets a lighter. But suddenly, some supernatural force lights him up, and when he tries to go outside, the shed door closes automatically. Leon burns to death, as Jessie screams helplessly. In the next scene, at Leon's funeral, Jessie hears someone calling for her. She turns back, and finds it to be her high school friend named Preston. Between their conversation, Jessie sees a man across the room, and loses her consciousness. The next morning, Jessie wakes up, and finds Preston beside her bed. She thanks him for staying there all night, taking care of her. Later that day, they both go to a diner, and Preston tells Jessie about his married life. Jessie tells Preston about tapes she found at her home, and about the nightmares she's been having. They both return to Jessie's house, and she plays her mom's tapes to Preston. But Preston turns off the video and tells Jesse to watch the videos after she gets recovered. Sometime later, Preston receives a call from his wife Sam, and she tells him to come home soon. So Preston gives Jesse a phone and tells her to contact him in case of an emergency. After Preston leaves the house, Jesse plays the third tape of her mom. This tape begins with her dad Leon recording a date with his wife Kate during their trip to South Louisiana. After the third tape ends, Jesse decides to play the fourth tape and is shocked after finding her mom breathing heavily. Kate yells with tears in her eyes, saying that Jezebel's already dead. Suddenly, a supernatural force hits the TV with a whiskey bottle, and Jesse immediately calls Preston. Unfortunately, his wife Sam picks up the call and declines it after hearing Jesse's voice. Later that night, Jesse goes near a window and notices some strange lights from the other end of the lake. A few moments later, Jesse hears someone running upstairs. She goes to check that, but finds nobody. Suddenly, Jesse feels someone touching her, but when she turns around, she doesn't find anybody around. Jesse moves back in fear and goes near the mirror. There she sees a reflection of someone standing behind her, and suddenly, it tells her to come closer to the mirror. Jesse moves close and tries to touch the mirror. But suddenly, the mirror shatters, and Jesse finds another tape, hidden in a secret compartment inside the wall. This tape doesn't seem to have any label on it. As soon as she picks up the tape, she senses that something isn't right and throws it away. The next morning, Jesse wakes up and finds the same whiskey bottle beside her, but to her shock, she finds it in good condition. Later that day, Preston visits Jesse, and she shows him the reflections from the other end of the lake. Preston suggests that they should go there, and Jesse agrees to it. They both use a boat. On the way, they find some strange things hung around the trees. After reaching the other end, they both discover a graveyard, and he finds some flowers nearby. When Preston removes the debris away, they get shocked after seeing Jezebel's name and her birth date sculpted on the headstone. After the sun goes down, Preston starts digging the grave. He digs out a little coffin and opens it using a crowbar. Shockingly, they find a skeleton of a child inside the coffin. Back at home, the sheriff arrives, and they hand over the skeleton for autopsy purposes. The next day, Jesse and Preston drive to Woodbury to see their former family cook named Mrs. Davis. Jesse further adds that she used to cook for their family, even before Jesse was born. They both reach the house and find Mrs. Davis sitting in her garden. Preston kneels before Mrs. Davis and introduces himself and Jesse. Right when he introduces Jesse, the old woman starts saying some spell like bullshit and mentions the name Moses. Jesse remembers the name from her mom's second tape, but they both get confused by the woman's attitude. Later, Mr. Davis comes to them and explains that it is a spell to call the spirits. Preston gets pissed off at their smelly bullshit and takes Jesse away. While driving, Jesse says about the man named Moses to Preston and asks him to drive to the church. They reach the place. Preston goes into the ruined church and finds clues of rituals that happened there. Preston also finds a photograph of a man with the name Moses scribbled on it. In the next scene, the two of them return to Jesse's home, and Preston starts convincing Jesse to get out of this place. He asks her to stay at his mom's house, to which Jesse agrees. Despite being married to Sam, Preston confesses his love for Jesse. Unfortunately, we don't get to see any tongue massages. Preston carries Jesse into the house, and she starts packing her stuff. Preston takes her luggage and gets inside the car. Suddenly, Preston gets scared, seeing the mysterious figure sitting next to him. The dark figure tries to touch him, but since Preston doesn't want to have a hormone let go with it, he backs away. So the figure gets pissed off and pushes him out of the car. Preston tries to escape, but it grabs him and knocks him to the ground. After hearing the noise from outside, Jesse rushes to Preston and sends him to the hospital with the help of the sheriff. The sheriff informs Jesse about the pre-autopsy findings. He tells her that the skeleton belongs to a girl and also tells that it was killed by someone. Once the sheriff leaves the house, Jesse lights up the candles and starts a ritual to summon the dead girl. Jesse asks for the name, and in return, she hears a voice saying that her name is Jezebel. In the middle of the ritual, Jesse receives a call from the sheriff, but she can barely hear him. He informs her about the DNA results and says that the girl was black. Suddenly, the TV switches on, and the tape she found in the secret compartment is in front of her. Now, Jesse has no other way but to play the tape. She puts the tape in, and we can see a baby crying, with Kate trying to calm it. Kate says that Moses is Jezebel's father, and shoots herself with a gun. As the tape ends, Jesse realizes that she was not Kate's daughter, and the girl Kate gave birth at the hospital was black. as a result of her interracial affair with Moses. This makes her husband Leon angry and yells at Kate because of her unfaithfulness. Later, Leon kills the black child and puts it into the lake. Leon goes to the church and shoots Moses. Jesse also understands that she was adopted by Leon to cover up the murder. Suddenly, Kate and Moses appear in front of Jesse, and they start tying her hands to the wheelchair. Kate pushes the wheelchair along with Jesse into the lake. Luckily, Preston arrives in time with the sheriff, but sees Jesse pushing the wheelchair by herself into the lake. We can see Jezebel approaching Jesse under the water, and takes back her mother's bracelet from Jesse. Then Jezebel kisses Jesse on the forehead, and comes out of the water looking like Jesse. Preston rushes towards the lake, and jumps into the water to save her. After he saves her from the water, Jezebel gives him a passionate tongue massage, and asks him to take her home. In the last scene, the sheriff calls Jesse to ask her if she is alright, but she replies that her name is Jezebel. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel.